Hey there, Wargamers, and welcome back to another Wargames Delivered video. Be sure to visit us at wargamesdelivered.com to get the paints, miniatures, and supplies used in this video, and also to refer a friend. You guys will both get a $15 discount, and with that, let's get into the video. In this video, I wanted to go back to painting banners. So we'll be painting the Umber Beserker Bannerman from the A Song of Ice and Fire miniatures game using the Army Painter Speedpaint 2.0 Mega Set. Starting off, we're going to use Satchel Brown from the new Speedpaint line with a tiny drop of medium to thin it down and give us a little bit more working time. And with this, we're going to look to cover all of the wood areas of the banner. Be careful around the cloth wraps because, and of course the banner itself, because we will be using different colors for both of these. So keep that in mind when you're working with any speed paint. You can always recreate your base coat color if you need to with acrylics to clean up, but it's always better to avoid mistakes when you can. And now we'll use Bony Matter to fill in those cloth areas on the pole and the shirt of the giant on the banner. This is a very light color, but it dries with an awesome tone, so if you make any mistakes here, this one's very easy to clean up. And if you guys are interested in trying out these speed paints for yourself, we have a pre-order for the Speedpaint 2.0 Mega Set linked in the description below, right next to the paint list. And while you're there, be sure to visit our site at wargamesdelivered.com to refer a friend and get a quick $15 discount for yourself and for your friend before your order. And I forgot a pretty huge detail in the first step, so we'll go back to Satchel Brown to cover the rest of the giant on the banner. Obviously, you can repeat these steps on each side of the banner as I do them. Like in most of my more recent speed paint videos, I've used a base coating brush and a precise detail brush, both from the Army Painter for most of my work, and I think they've been great for finer detail brush control and on smaller models and areas. Next up is the last large part of this banner, and we're going to use Nuclear Sunrise with the base coating brush. And this came out a bit lighter than expected, but I think the color of it looks awesome, and I'll definitely be using this a bit more often where I can. And after looking up the banner from the Game of Thrones wiki, it looks like the Umber banner is more of actually a reddish color, but that's half of the fun of painting this game in particular. Each unit could be a smaller vassal house or a sub-faction within houses if you slightly tweak the color scheme. This is a great way to add some diversity to your army, and it really makes painting each unit feel fresh and new. We also have a guide to paint the Umber Beserker, the model itself as well, on the channel. I'll link that in the description below if you guys are interested in checking that out. Be sure to keep your paint consistent and even across both sides of the banner. I like to add a bit more shading to areas next to the pole of the banner. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but also be sure to have just a dry brush nearby to wipe away any excess speed paint while it's wet to avoid it drying differently than the rest of the banner. And here I'm using the Army Painter's base coating brush. You could switch to a larger brush if you'd like to. I like to use like about a medium brush when I'm working on areas like this, but you could absolutely use a larger brush just to get it done quicker. Once that part has dried, we only have a few more fine details to pick out with the acrylic line from the Army Painter. Starting out with matte black, we're going to use this to paint the inside shadows of the giant's mouth on each side of the banner. And lastly, we will use uniform gray to fill in the small broken chain areas around the giant's arms. The entire banner is made out of cloth, so I'm using a flat gray instead of a metallic here. And again, I'm using a finer brush here to maintain good control over the paint as I use it. Acrylics typically are a bit easier to control than speed paints, so smaller details like this are actually easier to do than the beginning base coating stages. Overall, this was a very quick and easy banner to paint. With the Lannister banner, I was a bit disappointed with how the original Slaughter Red speed paint shaded the area, but the new ones don't seem to suffer from that same problem. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more painting tutorials, and also be sure to check out the top link of the description for the giveaway attached to this video. Thanks again, guys, and happy wargaming.